I started out with an insurance defense firm, rather larger insurance defense firm, for about 3.5, 4 years.
It's all about the bottom line?
It is. It is, and that's why I kind of decided to do the plaintiff's work. It's about the bottom line. It's every case to them is just a cost. You know, are we going to pay a lawyer to defend it? Are we going to pay the claimant to settle it? Or some combo of the two, but what's the cheapest way to do it? Whether or not, it's not about justice, it's not about injuries, it's not about, from their perspective, it's not about any of that. It's about money, it's about a cost. Back when I started, there were actually adjusters that would go out to the homes and adjust property damage, do the personal injury case. There was a local presence where that was actually going on, and that has since been curtailed. And now they're just consolidating, where there's some carriers that are adjusting claims in Florida that they're outside the state of Florida.
It sounds like it's made it less personal.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you are a claims file. You are not an individual. Litigation does have a tendency, though, to put the humanity back into it, because you now have a lawyer who's meeting your client, taking his deposition, and at a mediation or a settlement conference, the adjuster is there and gets to meet your client, and it puts some of the humanity back into it. So we do so many, we kind of forget, or they kind of forget, it's about the client. And until they meet them face to face and say, wow, they're just like me, you know, family, husband, it really helps to give the benefit of the doubt. If you need some discretion, you can usually get it.
How do you approach a jury? What do you need to do? What's absolutely essential that you need to do in a jury trial?
You need to know, you need to be able, well, first of all, you don't want to be offensive, but you got to be able to connect with them. You know, the juries want to right wrongs. So they really have to feel there's been a wrong. And you've got to focus on that wrong. And you got to try your case and not the defense's case. You know, the defense is going to try to subvert and throw up red herrings. And if you chase down those rabbit holes with the defense, you're probably not going to end up in as good a shape as if you just focus on your own case. And again, humanize your client. And just let the jury, you got to convey the wrongness of the situation. You need to define your issues and try your issues. You got to bring the defense to your side. Let them try your case. And they, of course, good defense lawyers will know exactly what you're trying to do. And so, but still, you know, then you have a competing lawyers who's going to be able to present their case, their issues most effectively. I think Farah Farah, when I first began with them, and speaking with my wife of 30 years, who's been through this whole ride with me, I said they have a depth chart. They actually have investigators that go out and take pictures, interview witnesses, and do more than just, you know, occasionally sign up new clients. They have managers that are there to be a resource. And so when I say they have a depth chart, it's kind of like football. Your quarterback goes out, you got to have a good backup. And they have depth in the various, you know, positions that you require. They have the financial resources, and they have the assistance. You know, you have a lot of, I mean, 4 eyes are better than 2. So if you have an issue, if you have a case that you need to bounce around with somebody, it's available. And that's really a good thing to have. Because again, somebody may see something completely different that you've missed or that you didn't appreciate, that you can incorporate into your case. So it's good to have that sort of depth.